Welcome, Libra, to your May 2021 reading. I just want to start out by saying thank you so much, Libras, for all your support last month. You were amazing. So if you are tuning back in, this thank you is to you. I really appreciate all of that support. If you're new to my channel, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So just click the subscribe button, and if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just leave your question in the comments below. Now, if I don't get back to you right away, don't panic. I work through everybody who asks a question, and sometimes it does take a little bit of time, but I do promise that I answer everybody who asks a question. Now, let's get into this month's reading. Now, you have a lot of people around you this month, and there was another star sign that also had a lot of people around them too. I think it was Virgo. So maybe, I don't know, you actually do have Virgo showing up in your reading here. And you've got a Capricorn. You've also got a Gemini here as well. This is a general reading, so this can just mean any other earth signs that you have. So that is Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. You have air signs. So I feel like you yourself are showing up in your own reading here, but you do have potentially a Gemini, another Libra like yourself, or an Aquarian here. But first out, you start out with the Page of Pentacles, and this is a message. And all pages, I say this in all my readings, whenever I see a page, all pages are messages or messengers. And the Page of Pentacles is quite a lovely, wonderful message about finances and money and stability. It's quite a wonderful message coming in. And I vaguely remember your reading last month was all about money, money, money as well. But this is a very positive message here. And it talks about your job, your career path, your finances. So things are looking quite well in this area for you. And it also talks about being a student. Some of you might be interested in a particular topic. You might be wanting to go back and learn about something. Now, you've got some quite spiritual cards here. You've got the Hierophant card, which is sometimes called the Pope, and you've got the High Priestess, which is one of the most spiritual cards in the deck. And I'm feeling like for some of you, you may very well be interested in spirituality or things like that. They are taking your interest, and you might actually just start studying that, or if not like formally studying something, just be reading a lot about it and just educating yourself for your own pleasure rather than doing it for a course or anything like that. But this Page of Pentacles, if it doesn't represent a Capricorn or another earth sign, it does kind of talk about you feeling a little bit restless maybe, and wanting to do something a little bit more meaningful, something a little bit more challenging, something that really piques your interest. So I feel like you may be doing that. And because you've got several money cards here, this could be something quite lucrative for you as well. You might decide to go into something that actually can turn into a career and bring you in some finances. Now, your next card is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, traditionally, I would read this as a Virgo, but as I mentioned, this is a general reading, so it can represent any earth sign here. But when that Queen of Pentacles shows up, the message of the Queen of Pentacles is money everywhere. And I vaguely remember, Libras, that this was your message from last month a little bit as well. There was money for you there, and this is still flowing on into May. You know, it's a time of manifestation for you, and you are just, you know, you're figuring things out. You're really solving any problems. You're taking a down to earth approach to a lot of stuff as well. Earth signs are quite good because they can ground you, and that energy of the Pentacles, that can ground you as well. And so that can help you take that down to earth approach to any sort of issues that you do have. Now, when this card also comes into a reading, it's kind of you're called upon to make sure that those around you are getting their needs met. So, you know, you can't forget your family and friends just because you're busy with your careers or your day-to-day life or your own interests. Remember to pay a lot of attention to them as well. And use kindness in your interactions with others. You know, you might think you understand their situation, but sometimes they might be going through a little bit more than you actually realize, which is the message of that Queen of Pentacles. You know, so remember, this is general, so take what resonates for you and just let what doesn't go. Now, you've got a wonderful success card next, the Chariot, and this is you controlling your own life here, Libra. This is that energy of duality in this card. There's two opposing forces. You've got that black horse, you've got the white horse, and they're going in two different directions. If you look at that card, there's a lot of energy in those horses, and the charioteer is the one that's controlling the direction and getting the two horses to go in the direction that the charioteer wants to go in. And I feel like this is what's happening for you in May as well. You are steering your own course here, and you are the one in control, beautiful Libras. You are, and you know, you're actually moving in the direction that you want to be going in. You are making things go in the direction that you want to be going in, that makes you happy and makes you successful. Because as I said, this is a card of success and just a lot of energy. Now, this can actually talk about going on a journey, on a trip, because it is the Chariot. So it can actually just talk about literally traveling, going on a trip. Can even be talking about modes of transport, you know, planes, trains, automobiles, that kind of stuff. You might even be buying a vehicle, but this is really, I'm feeling you going in the direction that you want to go in. And this can have to do with your career as well. But this definitely is a lot about opposing forces and you being able to control these opposing forces. You've got the power and the strength to do this. And you're mastering a lot of things at once. And you're doing it just through dedication and sheer will almost. You are really on the road to success though, really are. And it's interesting, you've got the Hierophant card there right beside it. And this is also a card of duality. If you see the two pillars in the background, and you know what? So's the High Priestess. Another card of duality. And what this means is that you are doing, there are like different roads that you can take, different directions, different approaches, and you are going to be choosing which approach suits you the best. And with so many readings this month, the messages have been repeating themselves in several cards. The same messages are coming through. And Libra, your reading is no different here. When the Hierophant shows up, you really might be finding yourself called upon to take the traditional route and do things in the tried and true way that they're always done. Or on the other hand, this can talk about you bucking tradition and thinking outside of the box and doing things your own way. And, this is general, so I'll let you determine which message is coming through for you. But the duality of the Chariot, where you've got those two horses trying to go in two different directions, and you are steering them to where you want to go. The Hierophant is also sort of saying that, the way to know which message is being presented by the Hierophant card, which way it's telling you, is just by interpreting the other cards that are around it. And by listening to your own intuition. And I feel like, for me, I feel like you're doing things your own way. But, listen to your own intuition and allow that to guide you there. But the Hierophant card also talks about spending time with like-minded people who can help you develop your spiritual gift. And I did mention that you've got two of the most spiritual cards here, and you could even be feeling like you want to join a spiritual group or investigate more of that kind of stuff, and just be with other people who feel the way that you do about certain things as well. You want to surround yourself with that type of person that supports you. And also this card can talk about certain rules that have been imposed upon you by society or by family, and the fact that those rules don't serve you any longer, and you're feeling like you want to cast off those constraints in favor of new guidelines that can lead you to a path that you want to follow, the path that is right for you, that's right for your family, and you are really taking charge of your life and how you want it to be. You're doing things your way. And I'm feeling it's very successful. You're going to be very successful. I mean, you've got the Six of Wands there, which I will go into, but I'm thinking that things are going to be turning out quite well for you, Libra. Now, the High Priestess, which I did touch on there. This is a card of meditation and inner reflection, and it asks you to really go within in order to get a sort of clear understanding of yourself and your desires, and when you gain this clarity by doing that, you can move into action then, by listening to that intuition, by being guided by your angels, your spirit guides. And you're going to know that you're headed in the right direction as well by listening to yourself. It's almost like when you get that High Priestess card, it's giving you permission in a way to just take some time out to reflect on certain stuff and reflect on what your angels have to say to you and what your inner guidance is saying to you. You don't have to take action when the High Priestess comes in. And sometimes when the High Priestess is there, it's best not to take any action, just to allow your intuition to come through. But you're definitely asked to follow that and be patient with others and with yourself as well. The answers that you seek are going to be coming through for you at the perfect time. So don't stress too much. If you are meditating and going within and you're not getting what you feel you need, because they will come for you, Libra. And in the meantime, sometimes your answers come faster by keeping stuff to yourself as well. Like if things come through, you don't need to share it with the world, with your family just yet. Just ponder them and sit on them for a little while and figure stuff out. Libras are amazing thinkers, so I feel like the answers are definitely going to be coming through for you. Now you have the King of Swords there. Wow, as I mentioned, this is could be you even showing up in your own reading. But the King of Swords is quite an intelligent person, quite brilliant, excellent communicator, perfect mediator in any kind of dispute. And they're quite a level-headed person as well. So if you do need any advice about anything intellectual or career related or logical, the King of Swords will have an answer. And this is non-gender specific, so the King of Swords can be a female or a male here. And what the King of Swords generally talks about, if they're not representing a person in your life, is that it talks about that how sometimes we might need just a little bit of advice, or someone in your life might need a little bit of your wise counsel, because Libras, you are so level-headed. You are quite balanced. You're the scales and you can weigh things up. So you are really great at giving advice to others as well. Now, the King of Swords, it represents the opportunity to get the assistance that you need or help out those around you. So a lot of this could be going on in May, and it could have something to do with the Queen of Pentacles there, or those other people that are showing up here in your reading. This card really talks about you feeling confident to speak your truth as well. You're not worried about what others think, and you kind of almost have this knowing that if you do speak your truth, others are going to benefit from your insights as well. Now, another thing with the King of Swords is that it reminds you that not every decision is made from the heart or the mind. There's times when both of these you need to make a decision using both. You need to weigh up things. You need to see how you feel about it. You need to see how you think about it. And both of these kind of have to balance in order for you to sort of find a way to overcome, to get the outcome that you desire. And the King of Swords can also represent the government or academia, like schools, universities, or even the military here. So you might have someone in the military you might be thinking about going back to school, or you might have some issues there with the government or legal issues as well. But whatever's going on for you, Librans, you are going to be a success. You have the Six of Wands there, and this is such a wonderful card. I absolutely love it. It talks about success. It talks about not only being successful in your own right, but other people recognizing it and giving you accolades for your wondrous efforts. This is known as the victory card. And when you get this, you know you're on the right track. You know that any issues that you've had can be resolved. You've actually, like, if you look at the card, you've ridden into town to applause, you know? You've got people cheering you on there in the background. And also, this can talk about information that's coming in that is going to make you so happy, Libra. It really is. Now, again, this can be something to do with your work, your career, your passion, something that you're really interested in, that you've been working on. This can talk about promotions. It can talk about something creative that you've been working on that is now a success. But just, it's victory. It's such wonderful, wonderful energy. And as I said, people are recognizing you and looking at you in a public way, like you're getting accomplishments in a public way almost. And, you know, for anyone that's in the media or that wants to write a book or wants to get something out there, this is a great time to promote yourself as well. That's what the Six of Wands says. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, another money card here. And this is that card of, this is a real card of hope and also patience as well. And it talks about your efforts being rewarded, you know, and it's right beside the Six of Wands. So it's like planting the seeds in a garden almost, and you're there and you're watching them grow, and you know that in time, all the work that you've put in is going to bear fruit for you. And if you're fearful about, the results of something that you've put some effort into regarding a job or a career or a business, and you're worried that something's not going to pan out, you don't have to worry, because everything's going to be well in time. So don't panic. Things are growing for you, and they're going to really be lucrative for you as well in the future. Now, also, with this card, if it feels like things have come to a bit of standstill and they're not going anywhere, don't worry about that either, because that's only temporary, and your plans really will begin to gain some momentum again as well for you. So just some wonderful messages there, Libra. Now, your final card from the Gateway Oracle deck is renewing your life. And what a beautiful message there. And if you look at the affirmation on the bottom of that card, it is radiant vitality is filling my life. So say that to yourself over and over again. Now, the meaning of this card is a powerful inner and outer renewal is occurring in your life. Purification is happening on many levels. Take your life to the next level by clutter clearing. Release situations and people that don't empower you. Space clear your environment and eat lightly. In order for renewal to occur, the old needs to make way for the new. The universe wants you to know sometimes it's difficult for exciting experiences to come into your life if your auric field or your personal space is cluttered. There's simply no room for something new. When you purify your life, you create the space for new opportunities to come flooding in. If you have a sense that your auric field, your living space, your body have become cluttered or dingy, this is the time to do some inner and outer clearing. And that's actually a wonderful message. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is talking about you personally, your body, what you eat, what you've been consuming, if you've been drinking too much or things like that. It's time for you, to declutter your body as well, to purify that. And it can relate to all parts of you, your mind, your soul, your body, all of you, but also your life as well. We can often collect a lot of stuff in our journey through life, so it's a great time to declutter for you. But such a wonderful reading, Librans, such a wonderful reading. Success, happiness, victory, and looks like your money's great again this month. So have a great month. I hope that resonated with you. If you are into crystal jewelry, I've got a website at kazana.com.au. There's some beautiful crystal pieces there. They're all designed and made in Australia by an Australian designer, all one-off pieces only, and the meanings of those crystals are on that website as well. So check those out if you're into crystals. Have a great month, Libras, and I hope to see you next month. Bye. Love you.